What is going on, guys? My name is Ben. How you guys doing today? What I have for you today in this video is some interesting news that I find actually interesting myself. Now, we've seen this before. This has something to do with a company cutting off their staff, basically. And the company I want to talk about today in this video is Samsung. Now, I know you guys have heard, yeah, companies cut people off, or they're cutting their staff low, they're laying people off. We've heard and seen it before. It's being done in every single year for in a certain reason, or to reduce costs, and I do understand that. The thing with Samsung is, like, I actually find this a little bit surprising that they're cutting most of their staff off. This is being done at their South Korea headquarters. They're trying to cut about 10,000 people in their staff, from what I've read in the article, which the link will be in the description below. And this is actually due to the massive growth that they had in their sales, and then all of a sudden it just went down, which was actually kind of weird for me, because Samsung did announce some new products like the Galaxy S6 and the S6 Edge earlier this year, and then recently the Galaxy Note 5 and then the S6 Edge Plus. I mean, I figured like those products would be a hit, because yeah, even though like they're competing with Apple, but while Apple is right here, I would think Samsung is right here, but no, they're actually down here, believe it or not. And they're cutting their staff off due to the loss of sales, is because of the competition they have with Apple. I mean, let's face it, like, guys, no matter what you guys say or feel about the iPhone, I mean, you guys know how I feel about it. And since I got my Android, I would say 3 or 4 months ago now, they're still going to be a hit with products no matter what. And that's how they're taking competition away from all the other manufacturers right here. So pretty much all the other manufacturers, Samsung, HTC, Motorola, Research in Motion, Microsoft, whatever manufacturer it is, has to think of their own way. They pretty much have to think like Apple, but in their own style. So that way, the competition will really take off between, okay, Apple or Samsung, Apple or Microsoft, Apple or HTC, Apple or Motorola. The problem is, I think that these manufacturers, while they're adding in all these features that you don't see on the iPhone, Apple will eventually put those in. They just want to do it right, and they basically integrate those features in a way they feel makes sense. That's why a lot of people go for the iPhones these days. And plus, you know, it's like when you're using an iPhone and you start playing around with it. Okay, hit this one. Oh, I know this one. Okay, how do I get to the home button? Okay, here's the home button. I meant to say the home screen. I apologize for that. I just got caught up. But anyway, that's beside the point. It's like I've said before, and I've seen it before. No matter how I feel about Apple, no matter how boring I feel iOS is, it's still going to be a top operating system that people are going to use on their smartphones. And with this, you know, this is going to take competition away from other manufacturers. And look what's happening. Samsung is now trying to cut their staff. You know, they're going after the human resources, the public, whatever. You know, they're going into certain departments of their headquarters to see, okay, who are they going to cut off? Who are they going to lay off? So this has me thinking. Samsung just announced some new hardware. And how is it that their sales are dropping? And I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's because like the operating system is not completely smooth, because I understand that. I mean, sometimes I see that on my Note 4, but I try not to make a big fuss out of it. But then again, don't forget now, Samsung does make other products other than smartphones. I mean, they make all sorts of stuff. I believe they make washing machines. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong about that. But I know they make TVs. They make hard drives. You know, computer equipment. I mean, there's just tons of stuff out there. They make some audio equipment. I mean, I can't name them all off the top of my head, but I know that they make other stuff other than the smartphones. I mean, they made laptops, computers, and all the other stuff I've said, and I'm pretty sure there's a long list of them. In fact, some of the parts that Apple puts into their devices actually come from Samsung, believe it or not. And then sometimes they'll either order the stuff from Samsung, or they'll try to make it themselves. I mean, like, what about I think it was the A4 or the A5 chip that came from Samsung, and then at one point Apple decided to build the rest of the chips themselves, unless if some of the most recent chips like the 8 or 8AX whatever, if they came from Samsung or a different company, I don't know. Samsung does make all sorts of different products, and I'm assuming they're taking their overall sales of their products in general and combining them into one number to see, okay, our stats are like this, we need to cut down on our staff. And by cutting down their staff, their stocks actually went up 1.7%. So I mean, it's gone up a little bit, but now it looks like Samsung has to step their game up somehow, or maybe they just feel they didn't need this many employees, that they just decided to get rid of them. So I don't know. I just find that kind of surprising. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, why is Samsung really doing this? Does this mostly have anything to do with the smartphones, the smartphone sales, or do you feel like it's their overall sales of their merchandise as a whole? And we're talking about including everything here. Just got a message on my phone. I'll check that later. I mean, smartphones, TVs, tablets, computers. I mean, they make all sorts of stuff, and I can't even name them all, like I said. And I do apologize for repeating myself again. I'm just trying to figure out if the biggest thing I'm trying to figure out is if this is their overall sales of all of their products as a whole, or if it's like just a certain category that is causing Samsung to do this. Like I said, it could be smartphones, it could be computers, it could be home appliances. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. What do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. And you guys actually know more about this, and maybe you can help me answer my question. Definitely let me know, because I'm curious to see, like, how is it. I mean, the article did say most of the competition is taken from Apple, so then again, it must be smartphones. But I'm thinking, is it really smartphones? If it is, then okay, fine. I just wasn't sure if there was anything else to it. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, rate, comment. Also, check the description for my social media links, Twitter and Instagram. I will see you guys in the next one, and take care.